Tomorrow I gotta move. I no longer have shelter. And I don't own shelter. And I don't own shelter to the extent of whatever. And yeah, to that furthest extent. So, anyways, long story short, um, how I mentioned I have an administrative law license. So, when you get a license, the law says it says why it's tied to the law. That's what the law says. If you get a like how this is a wall, I'm in shelter. This is not a wall. This is a table. The table's up against the wall, and I'm laying on the floor. So, this is the wall. So how this is the wall, and it's attached to the ceiling. The law says it explains the support of freedom of all things, and so you could live, basically, and that's why it's worded that way. And so physically, so which is common sense, which is like the true common sense. How I mentioned, that's common sense to the law. And then I factor the law, and they're like, oh, the space between that and understanding is so far. How I'm like, and I explain like the laws in between it. Um, so when you get a license, the law. So this is what they teach in high school, and not high school. So the formats of school are kindergarten, elementary, elementary, pre-high school, high school, post-high school, college transition. College transition is preparatory. High school, transition into college, and then transitioning into college, and then college. And that's the structure that's the education format America has. So I have a lot of that, and I call it what it's called. It's called personal care. Personal care is kindergarten. You should sleep every 5 hours. You should take fucking 10-hour break of life. The body, without the muscles being destroyed, should sleep every 5 hours. Physically, because gravity will kill you. If gravity can kill, because gravity is its weight, you should sleep every 5 hours. That's kindergarten. Then there's then there's then there's elementary. Elementary is people know a portion of that, and that's what you'll hear, because that's the fact of life. So because that's the fact of life, there's ABCs. And here they are: A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. And And so, which is elementary, which is considered civil. You then learn that your existence is heinously disrupted by the implementation of other people. And therefore, there are cops. Had all these other motherfuckers not existed, after taking care of yourself, you would have just got up and walked. No one would have ever been in your path. But after caring for yourself, after you went up and decided to use the bathroom, to fuck whatever it was, there was someone else there, and you had to learn that that you couldn't just push that motherfucker out the way. And so you learned all over again. And they teach this physically in every single grade. They teach this in the whole country, and it's the law. You just can't catch it. It's like 2 hours, 9 hours, 15 hours in every fucking school. And so I ignored the check on it, and I played stupid, or I pretended, or I got assaulted, or I got injured and whatnot. And so I missed a lot of drama. There's no money in it. They get no money. The law says they're employees. And if there was slavery, and the labor law says if slavery existed, it would be that guy. He's at work. And so anyways, so after you learned that there was a disruption, and the disruption was also other people, you learned that you learned the starting. And in the starting, you learned that you need something else in order to continue. Otherwise, there's nothing but vast plain. And there's woman. So and and so in order to care for yourself, you learn that you need this woman, because this vast plane exists, and civilization multiple of what you are exists. And then you learn, then there's the next level, understanding woman, and the separation of the unseen, which is not taking from woman. And she gets mad just the same way as you do, which is what the law says. So the law says even if how it's illegal for a woman to report, snitching is illegal, it's illegal for a court to hold a case of rape. The law goes on and says if she can't cause the same civil disruption by her standing her ground, because the law says the judge issues ground. Without the issuing of ground, which is a matching of ground, then you committed a crime. Assuming that she has full access to court. I own court. She doesn't have full access to court in any fashion. And and that's what the law says. So if she can't cause fucking the world to end in that fashion, then there's a crime there, and no one wants to be the investigation of a crime. And so the law says the law is heinous because that's the educational standpoint, and that's what I have on my resume. It's called remedials. Remedial means how to eat specifically. That's what it's the specific definition of the word remedial means how to properly put food in your mouth, to chew, and to get it to your stomach in order to make yourself strong. Specifically, those words like specifically to make yourself strong. And otherwise you could die from eating, and you really can die from eating. And so there's remedials. Then there's hold on, I'll pull it up. I made fucking 2 years ago. I made the recording. Give me fucking 2 years. I'll rewrite it. I put a lot of thought and time into this. My life is structured to it, as the law says. And it's not a belief, it's part of the world. And I understand. So that's called preschool. And pre being educated. They want to confirm that you understand, and it's called remedials. They teach you how to eat, when to eat, how to sleep, when to sleep. Next is called kindergarten. And in kindergarten, most of the time you take breaks. There's a lot of playing games. There's a lot of laughing and joking. And none of that shit really matters. and it's called leisure. So leisure is how I'm laying back. If there was a woman here, we would give and take. I would be verbally assaulting her in some fashion, and she would be answering a question that was designed in this verbality, and then attaching to a joke, because I'm a little drunk, so she'd be a little drunk, and that's just common sense. And Next is called elementary school, which is leisure. No, which is literacy. So they then teach understanding, or cognizance. And cognizance is a perception, controlling what they taught you. Remedials, taking care of yourself, ensuring that at all times your body's cared for. You are the president. You are relaxed. And you are continuing to be able to be educated, and you are learning. And then there's etiquettes, having that output. So the cops, one of their major crimes is to get a person to behave falsely, angrily. So in Tennessee, how I mentioned, they're like, fuck you, judge, oh, fuck, fuck to the death of you, it's to the death. And whatnot. So that's called vocation school. It's a vocational learning. No, that's called etiquette. That's a high school. I went to high school. And, yep, got a high school diploma. And that's what it's called. And they didn't grasp what the education department was teaching them. And I'm exempt from war. So is Muhammad Ali. And you could fight to this. You could constitute your life to fight to this. And people do. They call it martial arts. Martial means the control over your body and your mind. And then there's art, well fighting. That means you hit that person in that point, and then his body dies, roughly. And in America, martial law knows that. That's the definition of it. And then there's vocational school, which is employment, which I actually have. So in vocational school, they teach you to vocalize everything that you didn't learn. Remedials, leisure, literacy, etiquettes. That's what someone else will ask of you. Someone else that's most likely not a woman or a girl. That guy, that person, if a girl, will teach you for the reason of its precedence, which is called employment, which the law picks up and the law goes on. That's why there's no such thing as a president. Then there's college, called adult literacy. So in college, you learn everything a woman would say, do, act, and be, or man, everything an opposite would do in the world, in its existence. So in college, if you find the space in between the genders and its communication, they will give you a diploma within 24 hours, the law says. Physically in America. If you can find and word physically, it's in the law and the law of every school in existence of this country. If you could find the space in between man and woman and its communication, which is not known, then they will give you the degree in paper within 24 hours. And that's what the law says. So if you're getting associates, they'll give you your associates within 24 hours. Physically, because that's what they teach. It's the only way to get your degree within 24 hours on top of it all. Most children get it. When a child graduates from elementary to college and he's fast-tracked to master's school, they give him his associates on the grounds that two opposites both man and female, or female and man, can verbally communicate and understand by the intelligence and education the child produced, which is called a law, which is called adult liturgy, which is called adult literacy. I have 2 colleges. I've went to 2 different adult literacy colleges. Obviously, I'm not even married. I care for myself more than she agrees to acknowledge. I have professional school, though. So, money is the most important thing in the world. So, I have vocational school twice. I have vocational school, which is employment, and then I have professional school, which is which is what the law also says. A professional school is the continuation of a vocation and the career understanding taught in college. So I have professional school, which is called career. So once you pick an employment path, it furthers like a master's in high school. So I have professional school, which I got from the union. I pimped the man because I am a man, and all they want is, I can tell you exactly what they want. They want time in City Hall. If they could get time in City Hall, they'll give you fucking the degree the same way that college will. So I have another professional school, which is CE credits, which is about money. And they're a little homo. I'm not too professional on it. We get in arguments all the time, and I'm always right, and they want to say, what do they want to say? They want to say, your stiletto is disruptive. So if a shadow stood in front of 2 mirrors, a stiletto would be the continual path the mirrors would show. And that's disruptive to them. That's because I'm not gay. And and just for him to listen to get money is strange. He should go off and invest his money and make a battery operated air conditioning devices for cars and tell the world fuck what they're going through, and argue that no child would ever die from heat exhaustion. It's what do they call it? It's more humane to his persons. And but there's other. I mean, there's the whole. You know, he could speak with the tense of what all that taught, and which I'm given the same thing. Will he be a man? I'd be a man, and the. And that's the level of education. And that's what my resume says. It says fucking, if I can get this thing straight again. Preschool remedials. Let me look it up. Last time I went through this, I said I'd make the recording. I said I'd be able to do it better. Let's see. last time I used the dictionary. So they say the dictionary, this guy was approved by the hardest king in the world. This is what it says. The hardest king in the world, which doesn't mean the biggest land in the world, made the dictionary. So remedials. Make sure I'm saying this right.
Remedial.
Remedial. It's called remedial. Remedial. Giving or intended as the remedy or cure. Because people get old throughout life, they instantly die. Even if no one was ever to hurt you or harm you or think about you, or you would still die. So it says providing or, let's see if I can get fucking it to read it to me. What does remedial mean? What does remedial mean? Thing would not read for me. Oh, I got a cell phone. I don't know where that thing went. I gotta get out of here. I think. What does remedial mean? So here it is. Great. What does remedial mean?
Here's the definition of remedial: giving or intended as a remedy or cure.
There it is. So, leisure. What does leisure mean?
Here's the definition of leisure: free time.
So, when you sue a king or a kingdom, they claim that they're remedial, and that's what the law says in most of the countries in the whole world. The reason a king and a king, the reason a king and a queen can't be sued is because their remedials are governed perfectly, and therefore they get leisure. So what you're telling me is they're a slave, not that their body has made those choices. And is what I'm saying. Did you hear me? Literacy.
Here's the definition of literacy: the ability to read and write.
Etiquette.
Here's the definition of etiquette: the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group.
Employment.
Here are some listings for employment within 11 miles.
What is the definition of employment?
Here's the definition of employment: the condition of having paid work.
So, how I mentioned English is straightforward. Money is the most important thing in the world. So, in all things considered, this is how the law of America thinks according to the non-person of right. I am the person of right. I own a case, I'm in a case, I'm defined as a case, I'm defined in a case. It says me in 3 different placements of the law. It doesn't say a copy fucking anywhere in the law. And so it says employment backwards, according to the structure of English. It says the condition of having paid work. Like a person fucking got paid when they got the job. and that's how another way to kill them. That would go as far as killing the military. Well, in court investigation, which will not pay you anything. Adult literacy. What does adult literacy mean? What does literacy mean?
Here's the definition of literacy: the ability to read and write.
What does adult education mean?
Here's the definition of adult education: educational programs or courses for adults who are out of school or college.
So, as employment is paid work, yeah. So, paid means you got money, and the guy thought you were at work. And literacy means the ability to read and write. Adult education is education programs or courses for adults who are out of school or college. That's educational programs. And so if you're out of school or college, what type of educational programs would there be? There's not career paths as adult educations. In fact, I'll prove it, because in continuing what these fucking definitions are. What does career mean? My internet just got governed illegally, by the way. So kill that motherfucker. Go off, kill him. I'll ensure that everything you heard of perception of me will come to you. What does career mean?
Here's the definition of career: an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress.
So that's what career means. Career means learning the same thing for a particular amount of years. How I make these recordings, I make most of these recordings within like 3 weeks. I span them out for about 2 years. Truthfully. And, so that's what career means. And, that's what I tell the employer. Yeah, I'm looking for a job 3 to 7 years. A place where you could get stocks and bonds. And I could put my name on teaching you. Or finding, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.